down in the den, so go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth's about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Welcome to Down in the Den. We're back. It's your boy Marz, and we are back with another fantastic episode, another amazing episode. We're leveling up. Right now with me, I'm joined by a super talented, super dope artist. She's an R&B pop singer. She's a songwriter, dancer, the amazing, and I just coined that, the amazing Grace Sorensen. Grace, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you, man. How has life been treating you?
It's been pretty good. You know, it's been living the fast life pretty as of late. But I like it that way, so it feels good.
Absolutely. So, Grace, once again, thank you again for joining me here on the Den. The whole purpose of this show is just really to highlight artists that I believe have all the makings and abilities to really just lead this industry and make the industry their oyster. And I definitely believe you are one of those artists. And for anybody that watched the show, we always begin with the same question. What is Grace's origin story? We always say all superheroes have an origin story. How
True.
did you get into music? How did you begin? Because you're young. So how did you begin at such a young age and get to where you are right now?
Well, I grew up in a very welcoming and I don't know, free environment. I think that honestly is just because I'm the youngest daughter of two older sisters. So you know, my parents had that time to make their strict parent mistakes and they kind of learned from those. And we're like, we're just going to let her do what she wants to an extent, very disciplined still. But I grew up dancing under the direction of my mom, actually, at the Dance Academy in Leander, Texas. And I did that. I did pretty much all styles from ballet, point, hip hop, ballroom, everything up until still now. I just now I mostly do contemporary and hip hop. Um, and as I grew up, my dad really introduced me to soul music, reggae music. He's from Arkansas, so he kind of like has a very southern, you know, upbringing, and so he introduced me to all like really soulful styles. And my mom is Hispanic, so she introduced me to all types of Latin music and things like that. So I had a pretty well-rounded and pretty, pretty just well-rounded musical upbringing. And while I was dancing, I started realizing that I felt like something was missing a little bit. Like I love dancing and I love performing. And the thing that people would tell me is that I had a good stage presence or a good performance quality, not necessarily the best technical dancer or the best, you know, my legs weren't the highest type of stuff. But the one thing that I did have was that kind of genuine passion for it. So when I felt that something was kind of missing, I started realizing that I wanted to do music and that like if they were playing a song that I wasn't really into in a dance class, I would just kind of immediately tap out, which I hate to say that, but that's honestly the truth. And I realized, dang, like maybe that's because I want to be making music, and
Hmm.
then I just kind of started chasing that.
Now, it sounds like you had an incredible support system with your parents, and that's key. I always think to developing your purpose at an early age is having a really strong support system that can give you guidance, but also give you that freedom to flourish. Now, you're 18, 19?
18.
18. So this music industry we know can be a very scary place. What type of structure do you think has been provided for you to kind of really help you navigate the waters? Because we all know, you know, the music business, the music part is the joy, the business part is the terror. What type of support system have you kind of really built around you to help guide you and navigate you in this journey?
I love that question because I knew I wanted to shout out some of my favorite people in this interview. So really, it all started from Orb Recording Studios in Austin, and from there I met Matt Noveski, who's the bassist for Blue October, and he's become like my music dad. I kind of go to him for everything. If I'm questioning something, if I don't understand BMI numbers, like it just a lot of things just don't make sense to me. Especially since I didn't go to school for learning these things, so I'm kind of having to learn it in real time. So he helps a lot with all of my logistical questions and just being a music producer as well. Other than that, I have Andrew Schindler, Sam Houston, who's the lead singer of Black Odyssey. They're all really a big family. Everybody pretty much that comes out of 512 Studios and Orb is family to me. So it's I'm genuinely very, very grateful for all of them.
Shout out to all of those. We're going to be having Black Odyssey, I believe, at the end of September up
Oh,
here.
no
So,
way.
yes, so shout out to them. Austin right now is really becoming like a magnet for talent in the entertainment industry. It's like the new Hollywood.
Definitely.
My
I think so.
mentor Joe Rogan has moved to Austin. You have a great music scene there. So Austin, we're gonna have to do it down in the Den tour down in Austin because right now we're just getting so many great talents from there. Now you mentioned that you started off with dance as your first love, which is amazing to me because hearing your voice I would think music and singing was definitely that first love. When did you discover your gift that you could sing? Because that's one of the things I can do a lot of things. Sing is not one of them, and I would trade everything to be able to have a half of your octave. When did you discover your gift?
Well, I don't know if you heard, but when you said like I had a very strong support system, I did for dance at first, and then when I started doing music, I know I said that I grew up in a very musical household, but it was never musical in the way that like music is an option, music is a career, and I was never raised to think that like that was a way of life. Um, so up until around freshman year of high school, I was very like, I'm gonna be a dancer, professional dancer, move to LA, do as much as I can, get signed to a label or agency. And it just started feeling less and less like what I really felt my purpose was. And so I started, I don't even really know, but I've always been very prone to being very loud and expressive with myself. So I started, I guess, singing over songs that I knew, and I would do this thing where I would like hear a voice in my head, and I was like, well, if it's in my head, I can try and let it out. So I would listen a lot. Most of my childhood is based around listening to music, and then I guess I just started I started posting videos of it on my Instagram, and I never told my parents because again, I didn't know that that was something that you could do. And one of the dance moms at my mom's studio came up to my mom and was like, "Hey, have you seen Grace singing? Like, have you seen her latest video?" And my mom was like, "She sings?" And then this mom, who's a really dear friend of mine as well, she showed my mom this video of me singing, and it was really awful. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was like not very good. But she showed it to my mom, and my mom started crying, and she was like, "Oh my God!" Like, I had no idea. And then after that, I just kept posting, and then I started getting feedback from people on the internet, and they were like, "This is good." And of course, I didn't know if I was good or not. I just knew that I really loved it, and I guess that's kind of how it all started. People, and then my mom finally, after about a year, was like, "I think you can sing."
Well, I can assure you, you're beyond good. You're great. We started talking before we started recording, but uh, we interview a lot of artists through here in all genres of music and art, everything. It's a hodgepodge of just some of the coolest people ever. But like I said, my dad, he is my musical idol. I've said the story a million times. When he was in Vietnam, he would bring these records back. So growing up, we had this room, and I'm a bit older than you, so I grew up in the '90s. But we had this room, and it was filled with records, and he would
Physical records.
physical records, 45s and records, and he would quiz me on them. Like, all right, who is this? And I'm like, Stevie Wonder,
Cool.
1979, and he's like, who is this? And I'm like, Queen, 1980. So
Yeah.
I respect him so much. So like I said, you get the stamp, but you get the dad stamp. With Craig Marshall, shout out dad, says you're on his playlist. That's amazing. So you're definitely gifted.
Okay.
Now, I hear a lot of individuality in your voice, which is difficult for me because usually I can find influences. I can just listen, but it's very, very unique. So, who is your Mount Rushmore? The government came to you, they said, Grace, you're amazing. We need to make a Mount Rushmore of your favorite singers. Who's on your Mount Rushmore? And you get one honorable mention. Putting you
Dang,
on the spot.
dang. This question has always stressed me out. To be honest, thinking back to like the first songs that really made me feel something, the first songs I can remember hearing and being like, "Oh, I really like that," was "Pocket Full of Sunshine," the whole album by Natasha Bedingfield. I used to like live, laugh, and love that album. It just spoke to me. So just to like give homage to my old younger self, Natasha Bedingfield. Um, Definitely Aaliyah as
Shout out
well.
to Aaliyah, the late great Aaliyah, Natasha, and Daniel Bedingfield. Shout out to the
Yes,
Bedingfield family. Absolutely.
yes.
Okay.
Aaliyah as well. I really enjoy the way that she presents herself. I think it's very admirable. Gone too soon, but who else? A more modern one. I'm obsessed with Miguel. Anyone that knows me like knows that I really love that man. Miguel as well. I just love the variety in his sound. He never really,
Yeah.
pins himself down to one style or one, type of instrumentation. So it's really, really, really cool to listen to his stuff. And uh, dang, I'm gonna watch this back later and be like, why didn't I think of these people? Um, I don't know. I guess those three for now. But my honorable mention really would be, I'm not gonna lie, Sam Houston, Black Odyssey is a massive influence to me. And what's crazy is he hasn't even been putting stuff out for that long. But the way that he makes music, and I've had the pleasure of being able to be in the studio with him while he's recorded, and just hearing him in his process. Um, Watching his the way that he analyzes and just creates is like mind blowing to me, and I want to be like that. I want to be open to trying random things that might sound weird but like making them sound cool. I don't know, so that's my honorable mention, definitely Black Odyssey.
Well, that's a hell of a list. And like I said, that is Black Odyssey, as you mentioned, shout out again. The artistry. I love true artists that can really take nothing and just make it into something so beautiful. And shout out to Miguel. I love Miguel. I played him at my wedding. I didn't play him like an actor, but he was at my wedding.
Hey,
And yes, the coolest mink leg drop in the game. I don't know if you remember years ago when he was performing, I accidentally leg
yes,
dropped the lady. Coolest leg drop in the
yes,
game.
I
So
know.
shout out to Miguel. Shout out to Miguel.
Such
I
a good
think she
performer too.
yeah, hell
Forgot
of a performer, or
that.
a rocker and a hell of a performer. Now,
Yes.
what I always ask this to artists, what do you prefer more? Are you more of a let's be in the studio and create person, or are you let's get out, let's get in front of people and perform? What do you prefer more?
Um, Really, I think the dancer in me, the first love is the stage. It's being able to share the gifts and your work with people and getting to touch people emotionally is really, really important to me. But there's something very comfortable and very warm about being in a studio, especially with good people. I love it. Like I remember telling my mom, like, all I want to do for the rest of my life is like be around artists in like a warm studio and then like go show it off somewhere. I don't know. That it's just it all feels very right. And so really both of them, but I think the first love is probably on the stage.
Hold on to that because when you have that organic feeling of creating something, it's worth more than any dollar because it's so fulfilling. So definitely hold on to that for sure. Now you mentioned Black Odyssey, you mentioned Aaliyah, Daniel Bedingfield, Natasha Bedingfield. Who are you listening to right now besides Black Odyssey? Who are you listening to right now? If we had to pull your iPod. Who are you? Do they make iPods anymore? I don't think so.
I
But
think
I don't think so.
doesn't
But
smell them.
if we had to pull your phone, who are you listening to right now?
Let me see. Um, I listen to a lot of things, a lot of random stuff, like it'll stem from like classic jazz to reggaeton to uh, I don't know, Chris Brown, embarrassingly. I really like Snow Allegra. Um, can never go wrong with her. I really like Summer Walker is another one. Um, Rose Gold is another one. R.I. Lennox, Tink. Michael Jackson, his older stuff, like from like his
Off the
songs like Break
Wall.
of Dawn, Heaven Can Wait, all of the songs, like his classics are really, really wonderful. I listen to those a lot. Other than that, I don't know. Jay Wild, cool other alternative R&B artists for sure.
That's definitely a dope list. Definitely dope list. Many of them. Shout out to Ari Lennox and the whole
Uh,
Cole World family, and
yes, Greenville.
absolutely Dreamville is dope. Michael, my aunt always calls me her Michael Jackson baby because I used to walk around with a sock on my hand.
Stop.
I didn't have a glove and another sock trying to moonwalk, hurting
That's
myself.
cute.
But absolutely, I'm definitely a Michael Jackson baby. So
Cool.
it's been amazing. It's been amazing. I think the den mates are going to love you. But now
This
we're going
is.
to have a little fun. Are you ready to have a little fun?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. So this is the first time that we've done this segment. It's called You Can Get With This or You Can Get With That. And you're our very first contestant. So we have 4 rounds. It's simple. You can get a this, that, or pass. If you don't want to put yourself out there, just say, hey, I pass.
Okay.
Obviously, I know you're brave, so I know we're gonna get an answer. So
I'll try my best.
if you're ready, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All
I'm ready.
right. So first one, Beyonce, Queen Bee, or Rihanna. This
Rihanna.
or that.
Sorry.
Rihanna.
All the way.
MJ or Prince.
MJ.
No, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. There's no wrong answers here.
MJ.
Usher or Chris Brown.
Dang, you're putting some very hard ones. I don't know. A good kisser. Usher. I'm gonna say Usher. I feel like he's more of a classic.
That's a versus I want to see for sure. And
Mm.
finally, on this or that, hip hop or R&B.
R&B.
Good answer. Good. I'm an R&B soul myself for sure. Absolutely, good answer. Once again, there's no wrong answers, so
Yeah.
100% right. Oh man, I'm having a blast. So, as we all know, when we have artists, especially artists that can sing, that's SANG, we always have a little bit of fun with our song association game. So, for those who are just tuning in and haven't seen song association before, it's really simple. I'm going to give Grace a word. She's going to have to think of a song with the word either in the title or in the lyric, and you're going to have 10 seconds. It's
Okay.
3 rounds. So that means one wrong, that's a 66%. That's a fail. You don't get the stamp. So it's high pressure, but I have faith in you. You're going to make it.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. So if you're ready, the first word, and I'm hoping you get this, is high. 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 Lyric or song title.
The only thing I can think of is "Highest in the Room" by Travis Scott. That's really embarrassing.
You can either, here's a hint, you can either even sing one of your own songs if you like, or a piece of one of your own songs if there's any with that lyric in it.
That does sound like "Tell Me." I have a song called "Tell Me." It's like you were too high
There
to
you go.
realize that you were so mine.
There you go. Tell me, what of your dope singles? I think they came out 2020, I believe. Dope,
Yes.
dope single. All right. So this next word, it's random, but I'm gonna tell the truth. I picked it because I want you to sing a particular song, and I'm hoping you get it. But once again, long as it's in the words or the title, you get your point. So you got
Okay.
1 point. The
Okay.
second word is ocean. Ocean. Ocean.
First thing that came to mind was Ocean Eyes by Billy.
There you go.
I've been watching you for some time. Can't stop staring at those ocean eyes.
Boom.
Those ocean eyes.
Beautiful. That's 2 points. So you've already technically passed. The final word, and I think you'll have this one. It's a no-brainer. I know you got it. Final word is attraction. ATTRATION.
Well, the only thing I can think of is my own song, which I was trying not to go for those, but Attraction by Grace Sorensen. Um, Attraction, pick your paradise, it's magic, the maps inside your mind. Attraction, pick your paradise, it's magic, the maps inside your mind.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you wrote that, or you wrote that, or I think you. I think I saw that you wrote that. It's a beautiful song. Beautiful
Thank you so
song.
much.
All of your singles are awesome. Awesome.
Thank
So
you.
Grace, the amazing Grace. Once again, we're gonna go ahead and
You coined that. You
we're
definitely
gonna go
coined
ahead
that.
and coin that. The amazing Grace. This has been a blast. You definitely get your Den mate stamp.
Thank you.
Earn the floor. So tell the Den mates, let them know where they can find you. Give them your social media details, any upcoming projects. The floor is yours. You've earned it.
Awesome. Thank you. Once again, thank you for having me, and thank you for
Absolutely.
reaching out. I love doing things like this, especially with cool people like y'all, and just
Thank
connecting
you.
with more artists. So I love it. But you can check me out on Instagram at Real Grace S, and any streaming platform under Grace Sorensen. I have an EP coming out in the next coming months. One of the songs of which two, possibly three of the songs are produced by Black Odyssey as well. And there's going to be a couple other really cool songs on there that I'm really proud of and really excited to share. So yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. Well, everybody, please check out the amazing Grace Sorensen. She's phenomenal. Like I said, I've never steered you guys wrong. I think I'm 100-0 when it comes to recommending artists, and she is top of the tops. I see a very, very, very bright future for you where you're collecting Grammys, Oscars if you want. I don't know if they do award for dance, but you could probably get an EGOT if you wanted. You're that damn talented. So we
Thank
are
you.
proud to give you a Den mate stamp. It's official.
I'm happy. I'm happy about it.
Absolutely. When that EP comes out, please come on through. We'll have you out here to promote it. And once again, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, this has been another fantastic episode. Please check out Grace. She's doing phenomenal, phenomenal music. I'm going to go listen to this and do a little relaxation when I get off of here, listen to some more of her music. And as always, thanks for checking out Down in the Den. That's Grace. It's your boy Marz, and as always, deuces.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now.